Hi everybody, and welcome back to the basement. On today's episode we're going to do another layout update. Here it is mid-May and I've got a few things done on the layout. So let's walk around and take a look. So here's where I left off last time, if you remember. Nothing new there since the last video. But where I have worked is over here on the International Bridge. See, I've painted the bridge. It's no longer the brown wood color that it was before. I've also added the curbs, if I can get my finger on it, that run the entire length of the bridge. Everywhere but in the arches. Why? Because I simply ran out of material. So I had to pick up some more evergreen styrene, because that's what this is. I think it's the 40 thousandths curved or square stock. I'll have to check the package again. But yeah, I ran out. But I did cut the roadway inside each of the arches to length. But just painting that gray really transformed the bridge. Oh, also I painted the double yellow line down the center span here. Okay, I have not painted the inside the arches or the ends. Okay, but speaking of that, I also connected these two arches together. Prototypically, this is one structure right here. This is a double arch structure, so I gave it a center here, actually made out of spare parts from these arches. I'm not sure where those spare parts came from, or what they were meant to be on these arches. These bridges here, these arches that I just knocked into, are made out of the Walther's arched double tracked arch bridge. I think that's what it's called. And I got 3 of them, right? Sorry if I went too fast there, but yeah, I'm not sure where these went or what these were intended for, but they were spare parts. And under there, under the road, I put in a girder there and one on the other side up under there, a couple of them actually. So beefed all that up, so that's nice and solid now. So that's looking good. Once I get the rest of the material I need, I will be able to actually finish building this bridge. Now, continuing with the whole bridge theme, if we step out here, you'll see I've completed the railway bridges. In fact, let's go down here to the swing bridge. The only thing that this bridge was missing was the control booth, which is now installed. Okay, it's just a model of the control booth. It doesn't actually do anything as far as making the bridge rotate. However, it has been installed in a way that in the future that I may be able to manually rotate this bridge or swing the bridge. Okay, right now that's not going to happen. The tracks are just a solid piece right on through. But in the future, that all could be modified easily. Kind of the same story with the next bridge here, the double bascule. So this is 2 of the Walther's bascule bridge kits kit bashed together, and there's the seam in the middle between the two. Okay, and what holds them together is there's a couple of pins that are right in between the two sections there. They keep them lined up and together. And then there's a clear piece of plastic that's under the bridge. It almost disappears, which is great, but see, it's right in there. And that just holds it up. Okay. It's all painted now, the appropriate color. It's not quite black, but it's bronze metallic Krylon paint. It's got the counterweights on each end, and a little control booths or little control houses, buildings, sheds, whatever you want to call them. And yes, I think it was Instagram. I put a picture up a few weeks back now of this bridge lifted up, of the two sections up. So yes, this bridge also in the future will be modified. The track mainly will have to be modified so that the bridges can manually be lifted and lowered. Okay? But it looks pretty sweet. And then the last bridge here, the last of the railway bridge system, is the lift bridge. This is a model from CMR, or Custom Model Railroad. And this thing turned out really sweet. Okay, this is a non-functioning bridge. The model is a non-functioning bridge. It came that way. Of course, the real one goes up and down all the time. Remember, this is all based after prototype. This is the Sault Locks in Sault Ste Marie. Okay, so these bridges have to go up and down, open and close, or swing back and forth to allow either rail traffic to go across or for boats to go through the channels and through the locks. But I'll zoom in a little bit closer just to take a peek at these. There's the pulley system at the top of each tower, counterweights in there. And like many things on this layout, these bridges come apart. Okay. So the layout could be moved. But also they're taken apart so I can work on the layout for maintenance reasons, even for safety reasons. If something gets knocked, instead of it breaking, it will just, tip over or tip aside or whatever, because it's not all rigid. In fact, this whole bridge, International Highway Bridge, it's just standing there. It's not glued to the layout at all. It's just standing in place. Actually, since I'm right here, I just noticed one other thing. I added this truss work under here because this is a section of bridge that crosses this channel of water right here. And on the prototype, this is the type of trusses that go over the part of the span that goes over the water here. So I had a few on hand, so I super glued them in there, and they look great. Also added some road striping here on Portage Avenue, just a little bit up to the curve. I did not go around the curve. I didn't want to mess it up, but it's a good start. Alright, I had to get on my hands and knees and crawl under the layout to get to this section. I am showing you the layout from perspective you don't normally get to see. I am standing in the middle of the layout. Okay? Where the Sault Locks are. I'm in that aisleway that I'm sure you've seen in many See, there's the aisle. I'm sure you've seen that. Whoa, focus. There it is. I'm sure you've seen it in many videos, but now I'm actually in here. And this is how I get to the many parts of the layout that I simply can't reach from out there. So, it's a nice to see the layout from a different angle. You know, I meant to have a train running. I started the DCC system, and I forgot to actually start the train. The train is parked right over here, so hopefully here in the next or upcoming shots it will be moving. Something interesting to look at. But anyway, while we're in here, I want to show you some things that I've done. I've added another layer of Mod Podge. Okay, I don't know how well it comes out on the video, but it definitely makes the water a whole lot shinier. So that looks nice. But I've scratch built together these lock gates. And the lighting in this part of the layout is still kind of poor. I need a couple lights over here. But here's one of them. I don't want to get so close that the detail blends out, but there's one of the gates in the closed position. Of course, that lock, the MacArthur lock is what it represents, is in the lower position, the Lake Huron position. Okay, and then the river up here is in the Lake Superior, or is at the height of Lake Superior. Okay. And then this lock, the Poe lock, is at the Lake Superior level. It's raised. You don't see the gates on that end. Now, on the prototype, you actually would. The gate for this lock is right here. But I decided to push the gates beyond the edge of the layout just so I have enough room if I want to put a large freighter in here, that I'll have plenty of length to do that. And so the gate over here is modeled in the open position up against the seawall here. So, okay. These little garages where tools and equipment are kept, I went ahead and got those glued together. That one and this one here. One of them, the big door is open. I don't remember offhand which one it is. I think it's this one. No, must be that one over there. I put together the observation platform. I built that out of an ice house kit. This would have been the ice loading platform for the old refrigerated cars, but I put it together as a observation, the old observation tower at the Sault Ste Marie. Now, the one that's there today, I think, was built in the early 2000s. So this is the one that was there when I was young, like in the 80s and 90s. And since that's the focal era, there's my hand, of the layout, that's the version I went with. I think it looks really sharp. I've got a few people up there watching the boats. Obviously, I don't have the boats in the locks yet, but they'll be coming. I think I'm going to get another kit, though, and make it a little bit longer. So one more kit would just double the length of this. So it'll start here and go to there. Okay? I've got the administration building put together. This is, of course, the tower where they can watch the boats, watch the locks, and make sure that the traffic is coordinated correctly. And this over here is the Marine Post Office. Once a year, most years anyway, usually late June, at the Sault Ste Marie they have what is known as Engineers Day, where they actually let the public out on the locks. Okay, there's a gate, there's a park over there where you enter. There's a gate that lets you out onto the locks, and then of course you can cross the gate that's over here, and you can tour the first floor of this building. Everything above is off limits, and then you can cross the gate from this lock and actually tour this post office. So that was pretty fun. In fact, when we did it, a large freighter came through this lock, and a bunch of people had their hands up and they were touching the side of the freighter as it was slowly creeping by. It was only going a couple miles an hour, so no harm, no foul. But boy, was that a lot of fun. There's a nice angle of the bridges now that they're further along. So we'll take one last look in here. Kind of see the wall from this end, glued in by the coat of Mod Podge I put on there. The railings on these gates are left over from that bridge there, from the CMR bridge. Put you up in the air. All right, let's go ahead and crawl out from here. Pardon my mess here while I get that train going. No sound on this one. It's actually a train I've had made up for a month now. I've been running it pretty consistently because it's very reliable. Alright, so there it goes. Yep, see it moving over there? Turn off this background noise here. There you go. That's the Rapido steam sound car. I think I did a review on that. Was it last year? Yeah, a little over a year ago. Okay. For the most part, I think you've seen pretty much everything that I've been working on. Okay, the area that I'm backing out of right now is the section I'll be working on next. All the way down and around. As I continue my way around the layout. This, I think, through here, should go relatively quick. So I'm sure come mid-June, in that update, I'll have a bunch of stuff to show you there. So I'm just going to kind of walk along here. This is where I've been doing a lot of my work. Again, as I was saying. So I think I got a lot done because these railway bridges, they took a little bit to get together. The lift bridge here wasn't assembled at all, so that had to be completely built. It looks pretty cool. Been a lot of fun. Everything I do on the layout is starting to make it look more and more like the prototype. Makes the layout look more and more complete. Yeah, a whole lot of fun. Let's walk back over this way. Some of the work I did, I guess mainly in April. Well, March and April. So I started the blast furnace in March. And then that just took off from there. If we go this way, if we go this way, we'll meet the train over here. I might do some striping on some of the roads over this way. Some of the straight sections anyway. Maybe a few other odds and ends. Here's the train. Maybe work on the campground a little bit. Do some more striping over here. Look down that way. Remember, I was just standing in there a little bit ago. Nothing new over here. Okay, last look at the layout. I thought we would watch the train cross the now completed bridge. Watch it go under these counterweights. Yeah, I've tested my double stacks and my auto racks, my really tall cars, and they do make it under there. They do clear it. Just. But they do clear it, so that's good. So. Pretty cool. Well, alright, that's going to do it for now. I hope you enjoyed this update. And hopefully I'll have a lot more to show you come the next update, probably early to mid-June. Not sure what kind of videos that I'll be posting in between. Hopefully I'll have a little something here and there. Probably some YouTube shorts and things. Just to let you know that I'm still here and still working on the layout. Well, until next time, thanks for watching. Take care, everybody, and bye for now.